Good evening. I'm in New York at a conference for judges dealing with the serious issue of Jewish conversions called Gerus. Now, you all know that Gerus is a different word than the word to convert. To convert means lahafoch, and the word associated with lahafoch, to transform, to change over, would have been an unflattering kind of concept in dealing with a convert. And so, what exactly does it mean to be a ger? Ger means someone who lives and has acclimated himself to the customs of the area and the people that he has befriended. And gerus means acclimation, naturalization, if you will, because the ger is not considered to be a Gentile. For in the language of the rabbis, the word is ger shenisgayer, a convert who has converted, implying that he was initially a convert, that initially there was a spark of godliness within his soul that stirred him to become Jewish. We've talked about that concept of the spark of godliness before. Maimonides explains the spark of godliness is the element within us that allows us to understand and feel and appreciate and experience God. Essentially, the spark of godliness is the ability to communicate with God, called prophecy. And this ability to communicate with God, that the convert has had before conversion. There is a commandment, which is the mitzvah of loving the convert. 42 times. There are 42 different commandments dealing with the love of the convert. What exactly is this commandment? So at the conference, one of the great rabbis of this generation, Rabbi Yisrael Belsky, explained the following. Why do we love the convert? Not because we have an obligation to love the convert, just like we have an obligation to shake a lulav and to put on tefillin. We have an obligation to show love to the convert. This is not a demonstration. This is not an object, but rather the convert is a subject. It is someone whom we have to learn to understand and appreciate and love, to understand what the person is going through, what he had to overcome in order to reach this position of becoming a ger tzedek. And this is a lesson for all of us, he said, in interpersonal relationships, especially with people who have to make changes in their lives and acclimate themselves to fulfilling the Torah and the mitzvahs. And we've talked about this in the past. We have to learn to look at the other person with different glasses than we look at ourselves. The Alter Rebbe once said that we're given two eyes. The right eye is to look at someone else. The left eye is to look at yourself. A person must always try to find the good in the other person. And it's very easy to find within the convert or the Baal Tshuva. But here is a person that had to give something up in order to be Jewish, in order to be Orthodox, in order to express the Judaism, the faith of our fathers. There was once a chassid who expressed it this way. In order to be a chassid, you have to give something up. You have to give something up from your own personal potential life. By some, it's their spirit. By others, It's their material. My dear friend Gutman Laks, who occasionally looks at my videos, was a guru. And he had hundreds of people attached to him. He could have had thousands, maybe millions. He was seeking the truth, so it made no difference to him the size of the people who were attached to him. He was only interested in pursuing the truth of the meditation arts, the meditative arts, in coming close to the source of life, which is God. He gave all of that up. He gave the adulation up. He gave his fame up. People offered him and gave him, or offering him thousands, if not millions of dollars. He didn't want that. He gave it up to be a simple Jew living in Jerusalem. So we have to express our love to the Gil Lakses out there, and to those who are a little bit less than Gil, who are Bali Tshuva, and to those who are converts. We have to love them by focusing on them and understanding what it is that they had to do in order to become a servant of God. And that's a lesson in life. Look at the other person and see what this person has to go through in order to be God's servant, or in order to be who he or she is. And that's a deep lesson. Thank you, Rabbi Belsky. And it's a privilege to be at this conference, and a privilege to talk to you.